Well, actually, I hate to date myself, but I got involved with HSMAI before the I was in there. It was just HSMA at a point in time, and it was a very effective but not very well-rounded organization at that time. It was more of a social club. So a bunch of guys would get together, and I say that on purpose because it was usually 35 guys and maybe one lady.
Right.
So that dates me even further. But it was a good concept because it began. It wasn't just a bunch of guys having a drink. It was a bunch of guys exchanging ideas, and that's what kind of began to people began to see that this can work. So that was my first involvement with it. It's been rewarding to me over the years to see it grow and morph into something that has so much more to it in terms of what you can do with the organization, what you can become, how you can improve yourself, improve your operation, become more well-rounded in what you're doing. Initially, it was just a sales organization. Of course, then it moved more into the marketing people began to stick their nose in. And then more recently, revenue management has become a major player in the business. So as the market has evolved, so has HSMAI evolved. And it's giving a level of professionalism that I think is sorely needed, because not every hotel or every hotel company has the full training resources. Some have very good ones. Some of the bigger companies have very good ones. Some, even the good ones, miss some key fundamentals of it. And I think HSMAI allows us to become, all of us, to become much more professional in what we're doing.
Right, especially the smaller hotel
Yeah,
chains.
the smaller
in Asia.
hotel chains really change. We're just hotels. They don't really have the
Independent.
wherewithal to, the guy has to go home and go on the internet and look up something and doesn't have a way of asking questions. In the current environment, I think HSMAI has the wherewithal to begin to, if I can use this term, cross-train between the sales and the marketing and the revenue management. There's always going to be some competition amongst them, some on the basis of who gets which portion of the budget, some on the basis of who's going to make the last decision on what rate we can or cannot do. But what it does do is it enables each of those people, revenue, marketing, and sales, to be able to see the bigger picture, to understand the effect of their decisions on the operation of the hotel. And I think that's extremely beneficial to the bottom line of the hotels. I think some of that is probably contained in the earlier answer, because while HSMAI has done a terrific job where it's based and where it has depth, what we saw is that there was a great deal of need in Asia for more sophistication, for more core training if you needed it, or even more advanced training if you needed it. HSMAI gives us that opportunity to have access to that. It allows the industry to get a much higher level of training. We do a lot of work here on CMP. CMP is good in terms of the technical side of meeting planning, but in terms of the technical side of evolving a sales strategy, evolving a rate strategy, evolving a profit strategy, HSMI does a thought process that teaches a lot of these gals and guys how to think properly about what they're trying to do. I think they do, and I think across the board, on the one hand, I'm proud to say that we have a very robust program to make all our people CMPs. On the other hand, I have to say that we only have about a third of them done. And what's even, in my opinion, even sadder is a lot of the market in this part of the world doesn't have any. So while that's not peculiar to HSMAI, it is peculiar to the industry that we need more training. We need it to be more available. It can't just be, let's hope that the general manager has any kind of background. in sales or marketing or revenue.
Because a lot of them come from operations.
A lot of them
right?
come from
Yeah.
operations, so they're trying to teach people skills that they themselves don't have. So
And it's
your
hard to
organization
manage
gives us a
people.
place to get them.
Yeah, it's hard to manage people if you haven't got a background at all
yeah.
in the discipline.
Or you manage them the wrong way, and then you both fail. Of course they do. If for no other reason than that's where their customers are going. That's where the whole marketplace is going, and you need to be able to relate to all your customers, whether they're into it or not into it today, because 5 years from now they will all be into it. So they should be keeping. That's just keeping up with the Joneses. That's just you need to be on a level playing field. Hopefully you can get better and be more advanced, but at least be on the same level.
Yeah, true. Okay, that's it. That's all we have. Unless there's something else you'd like to say.
Not on camera.